Yep.
Yep.
Yep. You know what today's episode is going to be when discussing cartoons, right?
Yep. Shrek.
Yeah. We're actually going to be or do you plan on tackling animated movie franchises at some point?
Yeah. I'll probably do that in the future.
Yeah. And but we'll wait until everyone gets here because there are going to be like two major rules when it comes to talking about animated movie franchises.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, we're just yeah. You grew up with this film, didn't you?
I actually got. I actually. I sadly did not see this. This movie came. This movie came out a month before I was born.
Yeah, but at least were you able to watch it as a kid?
Yeah, I was able to watch it. In fact, I have all of the Shrek movies and both the Puss in Boots movies all on 4K. But I will show you all those in just a. And when we get, I will show you those in a bit.
Yeah.
This Sunday actually.
Oh wait, what? This Sunday you're actually going to be talking about the Owl House?
Yep, this Sunday will be the 2 discussions episode for the Owl House.
Yeah, I already finished the series.
The next week will be Amphibia.
All right, ready? All right, let me do the best Shrek impression. What are you doing in my stream?
What are you doing in my stream?
Oh. Can you do a best impression of this?
Of Diaz?
Of any way, are you able to do an impersonation of Shrek?
Oh, yeah. Ogres are like onions. They have not cakes because no ogres are not like cakes. They're like onions which have layers.
Yep. And are you able to say this in Shrek form?
What are you doing in my live stream?
Yep. All right. Yeah. And while everyone gets here, let's this is our first time we'll be tackling animated movie franchises, since I think those can qualify for these streams as well. Like, trust me, we have quite a handful of animated movie franchises to work with.
Yeah, we have Madagascar, which spawned the sugar on the iced tea meme.
Yep. Other animated movie franchises that we might tackle in the future. We may tackle the Toy Story franchise. We might do the Toy Story franchises in preparation for whatever the hell Toy Story 5 is going to be about. There's also the Ice Age franchise, so as what other animated movie? There's also the Hotel Transylvania movies. Hotel Transylvania.
There's also Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs.
But yeah, but you're gonna be seeing a bit of because I have like 2 rules when it comes to animated movie franchises to be discussed on these streams.
There's also Spider-Verse too.
Yeah, but like I said, there's like 2 rules. Like there's like 2 rules that I will go over that allows us to have like that pretty much guarantees is to be on our streams, and I think it's only fair to go over a few of these now. So the first rule is that it must have a total of 3 or more movies. Basically, a trilogy counts as a franchise, and yes, that does include prequels, spin-offs, and yes, in the case of Disney and DreamWorks, remakes. Yeah. What is the rule of franchises that almost everything has to end with 3? Basically, if a movie has like three or more movies, like whether like they have like prequels and spin-offs and remakes, then yeah, it qualifies.
So the Despicable Me movies count?
Well, you're gonna see about a bit with the next rule, so because there's also another special rule that we include for these streams as well. Yeah, and the second rule is that it must have an animated series based off the movie, whether it's part of the same continuity in canon or in spiritual form.
So, The Lion King and Aladdin would basically count as well.
Yes, as well as the Lego movies. Or at least, I'm referring to the Lego movies from Warner Brothers in the theatrical era. Yeah. So basically, it needs to have a total of 3 or more movies, and it must have an animated series to qualify. So let's off a couple of examples. And yes, Shrek does in fact have an animated series.
Mm-hmm.
Ever heard of a certain Netflix show?
Yes. It was based off of Puss in Boots.
Yep. So like I said, if there's an animated, if there's a series based off said movie, then like I said, it counts. Like, and to prove you that yes, it does in fact have an animated series. Has anyone actually seen it?
I haven't seen it.
I have not seen it.
Me neither. So yeah, that's basically our rules when it comes to discussing animated movie franchises. It must have 3 movies and 3 or more movies, and it has to have an animated series. So yeah, Toy Story, Madagascar, Ice Age, the Lego movies, Hotel Transylvania, those qualify. Oh yeah, and Kung Fu Panda too.
Yeah, it had. I think it had like three shows actually.
Yep. So with that, with those rules out of the way, what is a bit of our history with Shrek?
So, the first time that I've ever heard of Shrek was when I was basically in the hospital, basically getting having water be drained from my body at the time. But that's let's not get into that right now. The doctor was suggesting which movie I wanted to watch, and she had 2 choices between Shrek and Shrek 2. So I decided to go with Shrek because that was the first time that I've ever heard of the movie and watched a little bit of the first movie, but I wasn't able to watch it fully, mainly because around the midpoint of the film of watching the film, I was basically ready to go home. But I heard about the second movie again when my dad basically had it on DVD, and I basically watched it to bed and stuff, and that's where I got into the franchise from there.
So a bit of my history with the franchise is I remember watching a bit of the first movie back as a kid. I remember watching it when it was on the CW. Yeah, the CW was my first exposure to Shrek, and I remember watching it back then. However, it wouldn't be until like 2016 where I discovered about Shrek Forever After, and I ended up watching that long before I even watched Shrek 2 and 3, might I add. And from then on, I decided to watch every movie in the franchise because I was that dedicated to the Shrek I was a Shrek fan and became one of my Shrek is definitely one of my favorite childhood movies. Yeah, and that's how I got introduced to Shrek. And I remember watching I even watched Shrek the Halls on TV a few years ago. So, Ethan, what is your proposal? So, what is your
I
proposal?
actually started watching. I actually first got into Shrek. I think it was 2004 when I first watched Shrek 2. That was when I actually first heard of the franchise.
Yep. And was our memory of Shrek positive?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yep. Like seriously though, and yeah, Shrek has definitely become probably DreamWorks' most well-known franchise.
Third only to Madagascar, third only to Kung Fu Panda and How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, like seriously though, when it comes to DreamWorks franchises, Shrek has always been the golden boy for DreamWorks, as it was the movie that put them on the map.
Yeah, and there's this theory that has been floating around that apparently the movie was made as some kind of jab at Disney because of what Jeffrey Katzenberg did at Disney during his time.
Yep, and that gets us into a bit of history about Shrek's origins.
Yeah. Shrek originally began as Shrek was in production for like 4 years. He was originally going to be voiced by Chris Farley before Chris Farley tragically committed self-deletion.
So yeah. And yeah, Shrek Shrek is definitely an icon. Not only did it spawn a lot of memes, it spawned sequels and some spin-off movies, some specials, and a TV show on Netflix. And of course we're getting a Shrek 5.
Yeah, although to be honest, I think that Shrek 5 is kind of not necessary because Shrek Forever After is literally called the final chapter.
Yep. So yeah, Shrek is definitely Shrek has pretty much become DreamWorks' any franchises that you can never Shrek is definitely what I would like to call a big ol' fuck you to Disney.
Yeah, and back at the time, there weren't many problems with Disney, but nowadays, especially as of 2025 and 2026, saying "truck you Disney" is necessary nowadays.
Trust me, with what Warner Bros was pretty much the anti-Disney. this was definitely the anti-Disney of movies.
Yep, it is.
Instead of being a squeaky clean, happy-go-lucky movie, it's definitely a crass movie. And there's definitely things that are definitely quite adult for adult about Shrek as a franchise. And this one has like several adult jokes.
Yeah, the first movie especially, like in earlier DreamWorks movies in particular, characters would always basically swear, but I'm pretty sure that though later on it ended up being toned down for obvious reasons. No joke, no joke. In this movie, Shrek goes all like, "Stubborn jackass."
And of course, there's the adult joke called, "You think Lord Farquaad is compensating for something?"
Yeah, like you can see what the movie is implying. Lord Farquaad is asking his mirror to let him see a picture of Princess Fiona while he's basically laying presumably naked in bed.
Shrek it up, shrek it up, shrek it up, shrek it up. I guess, like says
Yeah.
like yeah. Shrek is definitely something like Shrek is basically the first Shrek movie was basically anti-Disney. The second Shrek movie is what I think I like to call a bit of corporate criticism. Like, am I the only one who thinks Shrek 2 is like corporate criticism? Shrek 3 is the movie that almost everyone pretends it doesn't exist because there is no Shrek 3, but we do have Shrek Forever After.
Yeah, Shrek Forever After. Shrek Forever After is the final movie of the franchise. There is also no Shrek 5 coming because Shrek Forever After is the last movie.
Yep. So yeah, and it definitely has quite a handful of good voice actors in this movie. We have, of course, Shrek played by Mike Myers.
Yeah.
AKA
And Bulky, played by Eddie Murphy.
Yep. Like, for Mike Myers, his most well-known role is definitely Austin Powers.
Yep.
And unfortunately, his other well-known role is... Oh,
The
God.
Cat. The Cat in the Hat.
Fuck that movie, mate.
Yeah, I used to think that Rugrats Go Wild was the worst movie of 2003, but you know, the more I thought about it, you know, I thought to myself, you know what? Cat in the Hat is the true worst movie of 2003.
Yeah, and Eddie Murphy also did the voice of Mushu from the first Mulan.
So yeah, and of course, there's also Fiona, who's voiced by Cameron Diaz. Yeah, yeah, and of course Shrek. Throughout 3 out of the 4 movies, definitely has some A-tier villains.
Yep. Yep. In the first movie, we had Lord Farquaad. The second movie, we had Prince Charming and the Fairy Godmother. And since there is no third movie, Shrek Forever After had Rumpelstiltskin.
Yep. It started from.
We're getting Shrek 5 next year. How about that?
Yep. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out. But yeah, I think we can start talking about the first movie. A bit of the first movie, and I think we can say that this was definitely one of DreamWorks' earliest magnum opus.
Yeah, in canon, this was their second CGI animated movie.
Yep.
The
And
first
and
one
let's
being
talk.
ants.
Yep, and let's talk a bit about the animation in these Shrek movies.
In the first movie, the animation has not aged the best. Like the backgrounds feel kind of plain. The more you think about it, especially during the sequence where Shrek and Donkey go into go towards the volcano. Like the background looks pretty plain, and some other sequences show off the movie's technology at the time.
Yep, and yet somehow, yeah, this was definitely, you can tell this was made in the '90s and was released in the early 2000s, back when CGI wasn't perfected.
Though, at least it's better than the test animation that we ended up getting. Like it was lost media for a while, but it's been found.
Like I actually would show in the image. Like, you want to see the image of what Shrek used to look like before this movie,
Yeah,
just to show people that of what we had back then. What do you think of that?
that is horrifying. Just
Like,
look at those teeth
and those eyes, and the ears.
and the nose.
I think we
What
could
do you
only
think? Would you want this version of Shrek to be in theaters?
No,
No.
that shit would scare kids. Look at this. This is the stuff of nightmares.
Imagine if this was actually. Imagine if this was. Imagine if this design was approved.
Shrek would not be a phenomenon. Who agrees that the Shrek design we have in these movies is better?
I definitely agree.
Yeah, like, to all the people who are whining about the Shrek 5 design, make sure remember show them this.
Though to be fair, when I first saw the image of what Shrek 5 was going to look like, I thought that I legitimately thought that it was AI until I actually watched the trailer.
So yeah. So yeah. And yes, and as the franchise went on, the animation definitely improved.
Yeah. Although a bit of a bit of an exception with the third movie because when we get there there is a major problem that the third movie has where the colors are not pleasant to look at in that movie at all.
Yep. And to me, where the animation was at its best is definitely in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Shrek is definitely one of those franchises that ate that. Like, what do you have to show on screen?
Oh God.
All right, here is the full body for the old Shrek design. What do you think?
Let's be thankful that this is not the Shrek movie we got.
Yeah. Though I do need to say this right now. Rest in peace, Chris Farley.
Yep.
All right, so let's. So yeah. So in terms of, so we talked a bit about the voice cast and of course the animation and a bit of history, a bit of art history. So let's get into a bit of our thoughts on the first. Let's talk about the first Shrek movie. Like,
like in terms of all the movies, like the first season of a lot of animated shows, Shrek, the original Shrek is definitely is nowhere near the best of out of all of them, but it's still very solid.
to me,
I loved the first Shrek movie, and I think Shrek 2 is even better.
Yeah.
yep. Let's talk. Yeah, like Shrek 1 has definitely quite a handful of quotable and funny moments.
Ogres are not like cakes; they're like onions, which have layers.
Yep. Like this movie definitely introduces some, and of course, like Ghost Stargirl pointed in the comments, it opens with, of course, Smash Mouth All Stars.
Yeah, no, that's the most iconic moment in the entire franchise.
Yep, definitely a great needle drop that helps establish what Shrek is going to be about, and also this moment. Yeah, like that's never gonna happen. What a load of.
Oh, there's also the moment where Shrek goes all like, "Stop singing."
And there's also and of course, what are you doing in my swamp? Let's see what other moments from the first movie we remember.
Oh, we remembered that one scene in the movie where Farquaad gets eaten by the dragon.
Oh yeah, that was quite a comeuppance for him.
Yeah, like this is probably the first out of the three Shrek villains to actually die.
Yeah, in canon, this is the first one.
What's up, Matthew?
Hey, Matthew.
Hello, I'm just hopping on.
Yeah, we're currently on the first Shrek movie, so you want to give a bit of your history with the Shrek franchise?
I don't have much to say about the Shrek movies. Although I will say I did have the first two DVDs, though those have been sold off in a garage sale since.
Yeah, you've seen all the Shrek movies?
haven't really got into Shrek that much. Other than the memes, that's it.
Yeah. Hopefully you ever get around to watching all of the Shrek movies.
Maybe.
I mean, currently as of February, the first three movies are currently on Tubi.
Yeah,
Huh.
though I do have all four of the four movies on DVD, as well as the first two Puss in Boots movies. Though I did frequently watch them back in the day, so I know what my thoughts are on them.
Yep. So yeah, like Shrek 1, like I said, this is probably the earliest big middle finger to Disney.
Yeah, and there are rumors floating around because it's because of Jeffrey Katzenberg and his experiences at Disney. Even though to be fair, Jeffrey Katzenberg did do a lot of things wrong at Disney. Like he was the reason why the Black Cauldron ended up being watered down as much as it did, and he was one of the sole factors of why Toy Story almost ended up being ruined.
Okay, here it is. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Yep. Like, trust me, This movie has quite a bit of gross out humor.
But I will say this: the amount of movies that tried riding the coattails of Shrek, quite a lot.
Yeah, like only the only one that really worked was Hoodwinked. Though that's mainly because of the fact that Weinstein did not touch that movie with the 10-foot pole at all.
Good. Yeah. So yeah,
Even though it got a pretty bad sequel from what I've heard.
It's awful.
And also there's Happily Never After.
And its sequel too.
Oh
Which
God!
funny enough, Happily Never After was released was responsible for bringing Happily Never After to the world? Vanguard Animation, which was from its founder John H. Williams.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hello, sorry for the delay. I was in the middle of a match of Marvel Rivals and it went longer than I expected.
Okay then. So,
It's alright, Razor Rex.
Don't worry. Razor, would you give a bit of your history with the Shrek franchise?
Well, I enjoyed it as a kid. Like I was technically born in 1996, but I grew up with the Shrek franchise, and I've seen every one of them in theaters. And I liked of course I was exposed to it, saw it at 5 and then saw the sequel. And then of course the third film, which even as a kid I knew something was off about it.
Oh,
But
trust
then-
me, we'll be getting to that in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch it unfortunately sometime.
Yep.
I mean, I believe there are worse sequels out there. Yeah, and it's
Yep.
crazy how his design went like that. And I think Shrek 4 is underrated. And yeah,
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. And visiting as an
the-
adult, I'm able to appreciate the deeper themes and, of course, some of the more dirty jokes.
Honestly, at the time, I think that the main reason as to why Shrek Forever After ended up getting slammed hard by critics was because critics were still soured by the damage that Shrek the Third did to the franchise.
Yes.
Though nowadays, Shrek Forever After is seen in a more positive light.
And I'm glad it's gained a recognition.
Yeah, the first two movies are better, but Shrek Forever After is still really good for what it is.
Mm-hmm. Those that honestly, I side some people that say that it's worse than Shrek the Third. Shrek Forever After at least has a purpose to exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's get back a bit to how we feel about the first Shrek movie.
It's great. And it has many quotable lines and many.
Yeah.
And of
I
course,
really wish I saw the whole thing in its entirety.
Do you think he's compensating for something?
That's probably the best adult joke in the series, because as kids we're all, haha, he's short. But then as adults we're all, oh.
There's also the moments that you'd be baffled. You would be baffled that DreamWorks was able to get away with. Where Lord Farquaad is basically staring at a picture of Fiona while he basically has no clothes on while in bed, implying that he chokes the chicken or something.
Right. And of course, now when you understand it more, you feel even more sorry for the mirror.
Yeah, and of course, there's also the fact that there's curse words in this movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
Stubborn jackass.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have to save my ass. Also, something that when you originally showed the original design, it made me think, because originally Chris Farley was going to voice Shrek. And while I like Mike Myers' take on the character, it would have been interesting if that direction went, and if unfortunately Chris Farley passed away.
Oh, you got the 4K. Shame I don't collect 4Ks.
Mhm.
Yep. Shrek
I mean-
is. Yeah, and in terms of how it's written, let's talk a bit about the characters in the first movie.
Mhm.
Starting with
Yeah.
Shrek himself.
Nice 4K.
Yep.
Let's talk about our beloved duo Shrek and Donkey as characters.
Mhm.
Starting with the main boy himself. Shrek is probably one of the more sympathetic characters in that we've seen right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, like starting off, like he started off as an ogre that scared people off before eventually developing into wanting to basically having a family.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, and the film does a great job because like he thinks like, you know what, I'm fine alone, but then you see like deep down, like, you know, that scene like when Donkey is outside, like he's all, you know what, I could use his company, but then he's like denying it. And of course the iconic opening all star.
Yep.
And
Yep. Yeah. You have all 4 movies on that 4K, don't you?
Yep. I have all 4 of them. I have Shrek 1, 2, Shrek the Third.
That
Yes.
film. Yeah, we'll get it. Yeah, that film doesn't exist.
Yeah, like there is no Tooth Fairy, there is no Easter Bunny, and there
there's
is no Shrek the Third.
mhm.
Oh, there is Shrek the Third.
It's a fan
Yeah.
fiction.
I haven't on been a trip
Or
like that
Shrek
since
the-
college.
But yeah,
Honestly, that's a fan fiction that someone made into a movie and was somehow able to be released in theaters.
Right.
yep. So
And
yeah,
Shrek,
like
and Shrek Forever After.
yeah,
The real third movie.
yes, and the true
Mhm.
finale to the franchise.
Yep.
I also own both of the Puss in Boots movies.
Right on.
The only
Oh,
good movie.
I-
the only good movie Chris Miller ever directed.
Yeah, I love Thad Master's parody of Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That was funny.
I think
Oh,
I
and,
want to get going.
Remember Chris Miller's Smurfs last year?
Yeah,
Oh boy, the trailer alone earned it a spot on my not watching list.
It just better be thankful that only 2 months later a worse movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and less than a year after that, like at the start of the year, we got an even worse movie than that.
Or I guess in Ethan's case, that film is still peak even years later.
Yep.
So yeah, Shrek. Let's talk about Shrek is definitely a very tragic character as he starts off as a cynical pessimist who basically scares people away. But throughout the film, you genuinely do sympathize with him, and that takes apart to Donkey.
Mm-hmm. There are theories that Donkey was originally a human before he got turned into a donkey.
Yep.
I
have them all.
Well, apparently, Donkey is voiced by Donkey is based off of one of the donkeys from this story called The Small One, which was adapted into a special by Don Bluth.
Yep.
Okay.
And Donkey as a character is a character that could have easily been annoying and could have been downright an insufferable comic relief. Thankfully, the good writing actually makes him likable.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he bounces out with Shrek, of course.
How about why not parfait? Parfait is delicious.
I'm making waffles.
And of course, the bridge scene.
Shrek, I'm looking down. Ah!
Like Shrek, like Donkey is a character that could have easily been written to be annoying, but like I said, the good writing and Eddie Murphy's vocal performance definitely makes Donkey a fun character. But he's actually more than just a comic relief. Some people
Yeah,
are
there's
willing to
depth to
realize
him.
it. Yeah, like we see him having a bit of a relationship with a dragon.
Yeah. But then again, there are a bunch of bizarre relationships in fiction.
Yeah, and let's be honest, without Donkey, like Donkey was the first to ever encounter Shrek and not be afraid of him.
Mm-hmm.
And because Shrek actually saves him, you appreciate the fact that Donkey actually cares about Shrek.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And of course without Donkey, Shrek would have not tried to resolve anything with Fiona.
Mm-hmm.
So to those people who think Donkey is just a comic relief, I think people need to actually watch this movie again because he actually is actually a character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's not like if you want an example of a bad comic relief character, look to the character named Gary from Sahara. Throughout that entire movie, he is nothing but a nuisance to the other characters, and he does nothing throughout the movie but spout pop culture references. Like he literally says, "Oh, do you want to order pizza?" And as well as say Batman and Robin, when it doesn't make any sense in the context of the movie because the movie literally takes place in an oasis in the desert.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. And of course we have Fiona in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about Fiona in this movie?
She's a nice subversion, a nice satire of Disney princesses. Of course, that's also a thing, because I take it you went over the whole history behind Shrek and how it's meant to be a bit dunking on Disney a bit, which
Yeah.
is a bit ironic because, see, Hades is based off Jeffrey Katzenberg, and Lord Farquaad is based off Michael Eisner. Which, what's funny is this. Jeffrey Katzenberg is more like Farquaad than Eisenberg. If you watch the Not Just a Goof documentary, you'd understand.
Yep. Yeah, like I like how this movie actually subverts the damsel in distress as we see Fiona as actually a more capable character.
Mm-hmm.
But we also established that she has a bit of a curse that every time the sun goes down, she turns into an ogre.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we have, the villain of the show, Lord Farquaad himself.
Yep.
And of course, his
Voiced
name.
by John Lithgow.
Mm-hmm. Some of you will die, and so on and so forth. But it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Like, one of the scenes we see of him is the interrogation scene with him and Gingy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He literally decided to break off his legs to get him to talk.
Mm-hmm.
You're a monster! Like, says seriously, you're a monster!
Yeah.
I'm not the monster you are! You and your wretched love ruining my perfect world.
This is a joke that I realize the more that I get older. When Lord Farquaad tries to pull off his gumdrop buttons, like he goes all like, not the gumdrop buttons. I didn't know why he would get bothered by that, but yeah, that's very much a workaround with pulling off someone's nipples.
Oh.
Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? Yeah, he lives on Drury Lane.
Oh, and there's also Pinocchio.
Yep. It's classic with him, like some of the lies throughout the series with him.
And there was a short in the. There was a special in I think it was Shrek Scared Shrektacular where they actually referenced The Exorcist.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
The Exorcist has been parodied numerous times.
We'll talk about the specials when we talk after we finish Shrek Forever After, before we get into the spin-off movies.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and yeah, Shrek is definitely like, we of course have the amazing soundtrack. Like, aside from All Star, there's also Bad Reputation
by Joan Jett, which actually, funny enough, that's the only thing Joan Jett related with DreamWorks. I'm watching this show, Kipo and the Wonder Beasts. She voices one of the snakes. Joan Jett herself, she voices one of the snakes in the show.
Yep, and of course there's also I'm a Believer.
Yep.
Basically the ending dance party when Shrek and Fiona get hitched.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which, side note, we'll talk more about that later. I like how the fourth film brings that back with another ending like that.
The one issue that the movie does have, that later animated movies later on in the 2010s decade would basically beat to the ground. This movie, the movie has an Act 2 breakup,
which is debatable. I mean, for me, it depends more on the execution.
Yeah, more animated movies. I tend to end up picking cliches from this movie. There's of course the dance party endings,
and of course people now for the record, I'm not a fan of saying X movie ruined this. It's like, because yes, Shrek popularized a lot of things, but such as pop songs, then the pop culture references and so on, but
as well as the trailer where all of the jokes are basically where it basically spoils most of the movie.
Right. Or
all I can say, thank God I never watched the trailer in any capacity, and I've always watched the first movie like it is.
Yep. Of course, because of saying that Shrek ruined cinema because more anime movies are doing that, it's just a simple fact. When something successful comes along, people are going to try to replicate the success to mixed results. Look at all the TMNT clones we got in the 90s.
Or better yet, there's also the Simpsons clones, which led us to getting Family Dog, as well as Ren and Stimpy, which led us to getting Schnookums and Meat, and of course, SpongeBob SquarePants led us to getting shows like Coconut Fred Fruit Salad Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as well as 2011 Scaredy Squirrel as well. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it was based off a book; you could tell the plagiarism was there in that show.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course, we already established a few podcasts ago that the trend that Family Guy and South Park did to adult animation was irreversible.
Right. thankfully, we've seen an adult animation branch out from typical sitcoms and vulgar humor. I mean, there would be vulgar humor, but they would have a sitcom formula, but also do something different.
Yep. Shrek
Yeah.
definitely popularized quite a bit of trends that you would see in most modern day animated movies. Some executed better than others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for a while, fairy tale parodies were pretty much inescapable, even making their way into shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We have of course, like it only ever worked with Hoodwinked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Though, there was that one
Hold on.
episode of The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy that did fairy tale parodies well.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Shrek
I have
was
to have
definitely
dinner. I have to have dinner now. I'll rejoin later.
alright. Hopefully he'll be around by the time we're still talking about Shrek 2.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yep.
See ya for now.
Alright. Yeah, Shrek definitely popularized quite a lot of trends you would see in modern day animated movies. And where some executed well, others not so much.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not taking away on how much nostalgia we have for Shrek 1. And it did pretty well at the box office,
Exactly.
which led us to getting
Shrek 2.
what's often
Oh, and before we move on to Shrek 2, Shrek was the very first animated film to win Best Animated Feature at the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
we need animated movies to end up on the Best Picture nominations. If foreign films can end up for Best Picture, then so can animated movies.
Exactly. What are you doing in my swamp?
Yep. So yeah, now we can move on to Shrek 2, which I actually watched recently on Tubi.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This is the magnum opus in all of Shrek.
Like, there is so many reasons why most people consider it to be better than the first movie.
Yeah. I've watched this movie several times, and I never get tired of it at all.
Yeah, I actually saw the re-release of this movie at my Cinemark theater in April of 2024.
Yeah, well, that's something we've also said as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Talk about Shrek 2. Shrek 2 definitely has a lot of reasons why it's better than the first movie.
Yep.
And I think we could start off with the humor.
Oh, one of the most iconic moments, and this is relatable if you've been on long road trips. Donkey goes all like,
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
Oh,
this
then
movie
there,
actually-
then there's the part where. Then there was the part where he just makes a bunch of noises that end up making Shrek go insane.
And this movie was the very first film to introduce to. This movie actually introduced us to this guy.
Puss in Boots.
Yeah. For 5 minutes, can you not be yourself? For 5 minutes.
Like,
For 5 minutes, can you not be yourself? For 5 minutes!
Yeah, like, imagine if we said this to another to something or someone else. Who does this apply to?
Ryan Koreski's love of giantesses.
For 5 minutes, can you not shove your love for giantesses? For 5 minutes!
And then Ryan sticks his face forward and says, giantesses. And then Shrek goes all like, ah!
For 5 minutes. Can you not insult people who like things that you clearly hate? For 5 minutes. Wonder who that one's aimed at.
Mr. Horse.
Yep. Let's see. Let's slam one at Alex. For 5 minutes. Can you not bully Harry? Can you not stop bullying Harry Thomas? For 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes. Can you not stop shit talk? Can you not shit talk Starlight Glimmer for 5 minutes?
Let's see. For 5 minutes. Can you not remake animated movies based? Can you not remake movies based off animated movies for 5 minutes? Let's see. What else does that? What else can we use that meme for?
Oh, for 5 minutes. Can you not attack Razorix for 5 minutes?
Like, why do we still use that meme?
It's because it's so iconic.
It's basically the meme where we want to tell a person to shut up.
Yeah.
For 5 minutes. Can you stop taking jabs at YouTubers you clearly hate? For 5 minutes. Are we there yet?
Oh, I also love the part. I also love the part where. Actually, I'm having a hard time thinking of anything else at the moment.
There's also, of course, the police chase scene.
Oh yeah. Oh,
What?
there's also the part where Pinocchio purposefully lies in order to make his nose grow, something that the Pinocchio 2022 remake would basically copy.
Except unironically. For 5 minutes. Can you not bluff about suing me? For 5 minutes. Knights. Like, the knights are portrayed as police, and they use black pepper as tasers.
And also, it's a parody of the show called Cops. It's that show. It's that show with with that theme song. Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you want.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Yeah, it was definitely a missed opportunity to use a needle drop right there from that song.
Yeah.
Police brutality! Police brutality! And then, of course, it was the movie that introduced us to Puss in Boots.
Yeah. Like I love cats, and that sad face that he makes is adorable.
And he's voiced by Antonio Banderas. Yep.
And I like the fact that in spite of the fact that he was basically hired to kill Shrek, he was only doing it because Harold basically hired him for some reason.
And that gets us into the story of this movie. Stop smoking, Wrecker.
Sorry about that. I had to watch Jeopardy and I had to clear some snow off my driveway.
We're
Hold on
currently
a
on-
second,
we're-
guys. I need to use the restroom real quick.
Yeah. So, in the meantime, why don't you give a bit of your history with Shrek, Smoking Wrecker?
Okay, I first found out about Shrek when I was living at my grandmother's house at the time. I didn't watch the first film in theaters. I watched it when it came on DVD. I did watch Shrek 2 when it was in theaters. And let's say my sister and I used to play the Shrek 2 game. And then I saw Shrek the third. And I like the franchise, but I will admit the third and fourth film are probably the weakest entries are of it.
Yeah.
And
And what are your big thoughts on the first Shrek movie?
it's good. Good. It's been I can pretty much quote some of the lines, and honestly, I find and let's see. I think my favorite line would have to be, "Do you think maybe he's compensating for something?" And I
That-
always laugh.
Yeah,
And
like
I
at
always-
first you think, oh, Farquaad is small, but as an adult,
Oh yes. And the wrestling ring is my favorite scene in the whole film.
yep. And what are your thoughts on Shrek 2?
I think it's a great film. Up. I think DreamWorks makes good sequels like how Capcom makes good sequels to their games. And honestly, I laugh. I actually love the and it's my introduction to I Need a Hero.
Yep. Like for 5 minutes. Can you not hate on Loud House while overpraising SpongeBob for being the show you grew up with? For 5 minutes!
That meme, yes.
Like, can you be able to do your own version of that meme?
Yes, I've done it a few times.
Let's see your version of the meme.
Okay, give me a minute.
I'm back.
Okay, I'm about to do
Right.
my own version of the 5 minutes meme. For 5 minutes, can you stop bitching about Warner Brothers? For 5 minutes. That's all I got.
Oh, there's also the famous "I Need a Hero" scene.
Yeah, I was talking about that. Yes.
Yep. And introduced us to I Need a Hero, and wow, is it good.
Yep. I honestly did felt bad for the gingerbread dying.
Yep.
Well.
And it introduced us to a great villain with the fairy godmother.
Yep.
Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Prince Charming works better with someone rather than being on his own.
Yeah.
The third.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We definitely see it in the Mario. We saw it in the Mario movie. We also saw it in the trailer for Detective Pikachu, and we also saw it in the Angry Birds movie too.
And Shazam 2, sadly.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sonic 4 will end up pulling an I Need a Hero drop.
It could happen.
Like seriously though, like that was like I Need a Hero was definitely a fantastic song to listen to. And and like I said, yeah, Prince Charming works more when he bounces off someone than on its own.
Yes. Like, what'd you get back here? Oh, 5 minutes ago. My diet is ruined. I hope you're happy.
Yep. There's also a bit. And this new sequel introduces us, gives us a bit of into Fiona's parents.
Yep.
Yeah. Apparently they're based off of The Princess and the Frog or something.
Yeah, I know that too. Like, it took me a while to realize this.
Yep. King Harold, by the end of the movie, gets turned into a frog.
Mm-hmm. And
And he absolutely deserves it.
honestly, yeah. And so yeah, it's I sold the dinner scene where they're all shouting their names, and Doggy's like, Donkey.
Oh yeah, I love that part.
It's also worth noting that Shrek 2 has had 3 directors behind this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like look up who directed Shrek 2.
Give me a minute. Hell, that sounds like a too many cooks problem.
Though in this case, it actually worked out.
Yep. Let's see. We got Andrew Adamson, Kelly Abstern, and Conrad Berman. You're right.
Like,
The
you
one
would
that
think that a movie with a total of 3 directors would end up making the film jumbled, but this movie found a way to make all 3 of their directing styles actually work to the movie's favor.
Yep. Unlike Justice League, where we had Zack Snyder and Josh Whedon's directions, and yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
Each one of them would end up having their own directing careers of their own.
This it goes.
Although
Let's see.
sadly, although from what I remember, one of them did pass away.
Let's see. What
Let me get into the Wikipedia of Shrek 2.
I'm looking at right now. Yeah, it was Kelly Asbury. 6 years ago.
Yeah. The movies that Kelly ended up directing afterwards it would basically fall off a little bit. Like I don't remember disliking Romeo and Juliet, but it was just kind of forgettable. Smurfs the Lost Village was okay, but I really did not like Ugly Dolls.
Let's see.
Ugly Dolls was it was whatever to me. I'd still take it over the Playmobil movie.
Oh yeah.
Which from the same US distributor, mind you. And I'd still take it over the Playmobil movie. I'll say that much.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Andrew Adamson. To see what he directed.
Let's see.
Director of the first
Narnia.
movie. Yep.
Oh, just the first two. Not the...
Oh God. Oh, maybe that's the reason as to why the third movie ended up being so bad.
Yep. And then we have, of course, Conrad Vernon.
He directed Sausage Party. Oh, God.
Yeah, but he was also the voice of Gingy.
Oh, that's good to know. And he's directed the Jetsons?
And from what I remember, Conrad Vernon also voiced one of the characters in Sausage Party.
I'm not surprised there.
Like in October, I watched the first and second Addams Family movie, and I did not like them.
I skipped them.
So yeah, Shrek 2 was definitely a movie of 3 directors, which all would end up doing their own solo careers.
Yep.
Yep, and of course, even though like, be honest, Dad does things that you don't agree with, you at least somewhat get behind him.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. He's being blackmailed by the fairy godmother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he at least tries to redeem himself by the end. Actually, tries to fix his actions.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yep. And yeah, Shrek 2 is definitely, and yeah, Fairy Godmother is a great villain.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And there's also the great chemistry between Shrek, Donkey, and of course Puss in Boots himself.
Subraiser.
Hello, I'm back.
Sup, Razor? So you want to give a bit of your perspective of Shrek 2?
Oh, Shrek 2? One of the
Yeah.
best animated sequels for...
Yep.
Yep.
And for a good reason. There's a reason why people consider it to be the best movie in the franchise.
Definitely,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that still holds up to this very day. The same cannot be said about the next one.
Yep.
I saw.
And one thing about Shrek 2 is that it actually expands the world of Far, Far Away.
Yep.
Yeah, and like the characters that are introduced in here are actually brought over to the third movie, which is more than you can say about the characters that they introduced in the third movie.
I got something to point out here. During when they enter Far, Far Away, they actually did a Beverly Hills Cop reference.
Yep.
Yep.
And in Shrek 2, like the world at Far, Far Away, it actually ends up looking like our world.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
mostly
Far, Far
Hollywood.
Away. It actually looks like Hollywood in a way.
Yeah, it's like,
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah, only.
And yet I
But
would rather
between
look
Far,
at,
Far Away and Hollywood, I'd take Far, Far Away.
saying.
yeah. Far, Far Away seems like a much friendlier place.
Well,
Yeah.
It's kind of funny looking at a Starbucks joke when the giant gingerbread monster attacks.
Mhm.
Yep. But yeah, but of course we go from a magnum opus movie to
Shrek the Third.
Oh God. I'm
Oh,
just going
no!
to tell you. I'm just going to tell you a story about this one. When I first watched this movie way back in 2007, I really liked it a lot, to the point where I watched it a lot. However, over time, my opinion on this movie only sunk lower and lower, to the point where, this movie is bad.
I saw
like,
it twice
oh
in
my
theaters.
god, yeah.
Even as a
this is
kid, I could
yeah,
tell
this-
something was off with this film.
This
Like,
was the Shrek movie that I watched the least.
I only saw it twice in theaters, and that's it.
The more I watch this movie, the more I realize that something is up with it. Like,
I only
one of the first,
I only watched it once in my life.
yeah. One of the major problems with this movie is the color palette. The movie is really the movie does not look pleasant on the eyes at all. All of the color choices are either these bright oranges or these unpleasant shades of green.
And of course, like, there a lot of the elements that made the first two special are missing.
There's a
Exactly.
the comedy.
Yes.
Mhm. I mean, there's only
there's
one
a,
joke
like-
that I think is funny. The only joke that I
Oh.
think is funny was like when Prince Charming was interrogating Pinocchio.
Yes, that was actually funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I can't tell you where
but
he's
some of the
not.
But some of the other jokes, but a lot of the other jokes, just no. To really give you a good taste of what the comedy in this movie is like, there's literally a sequence at the beginning where there's a moment where Harold is about to pass away, and they're doing all these comedy bits. Like Donkey literally says, "Put your hat back on, fool," while Harold is about to die.
Yeah, how's that funny?
Can you imagine if you know what the death of Optimus Prime?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they did that, but had Danny DeVito show up and make some jokes about his dick?
Yes.
I mean, even Frank Reynolds would show respect for
Yeah. There's also a sequence in the montage where Shrek throws a bottle at a ship, and the ship literally catches on fire while they're evacuating while this song is going on.
that one.
How is the Titanic
And
funny?
he gets a sword in somebody.
Yeah, because that's certainly not an unfunny reference to the Titanic.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's the problem with the humor in this movie. They're so inappropriate and distasteful.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like,
like
how is that funny? Like, there's also some gross out humor, and the worst of it by far.
I don't Shrek
Yeah,
is
like the
ogre.
worst of it is
Like,
in
they
that
do-
dream sequence, which I
They do.
played in
They
Left 4
do.
Dead
They
2.
literally. They literally do an Exorcist reference there.
Yeah.
For the record, Scared Shrekless did it better.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
agree. And also King.
And there's also a reference to fucking Hooters.
Now, I understand Shrek movies, you know, the Shrek movies had some dirty jokes.
And from what I remember, this movie even has the song "Immigrant Song" by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You know, I'll say
Which
this.
is one of the
I'll
only
say that
few
the
good
Prince of
highlights.
Egypt-
By the way, "Immigrant Song" would 10 a decade later be used in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
AKA the only good Thor
So,
movie.
okay, I have a question.
and
Do you like how the song "Immigrant Song" was used? Do you like how the song "Immigrant Song" by Led Zeppelin was used in this movie?
I didn't mind it.
It was alright, I guess.
I can barely remember.
It was the part
do
when
you-
Snow White was
and here's
screaming.
and by the way, do you find off-key singing to be funny? Prince Charming does that in this movie.
God.
And there's like seriously though, like, and then of course this movie's all over the place when it comes to story.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't like how they included King Arthur in this, but seriously, why?
Like Fiona's parents did not tell did not make an indicator that Arthur was Fiona's cousin, and it's never implied anywhere in fiction that
Wait,
Arthur is
he's his
Fiona's cousin.
I would have
Yes.
never guessed. I would have never guessed that. Like, yep, that's something you have to go into the wiki on to find out. Come on.
Yes. I mean, I call bullshit on that. That's like saying Optimus Prime is related to the Megazord from Power Rangers.
Like all we know about the story of Arthur is that he takes the apprenticeship of Merlin.
Yep. And they got Eric Idle into this as Merlin, which.
Oh, by the way, Justin Timberlake is in this movie.
Oh yeah, he is.
Of course,
And,
Justin Timberlake would play the worst DreamWorks characters.
Yeah. You know what? I forgot about Arthur. Arthur. I'd like to go back to pretending he doesn't exist now.
Yep. Like, oh yeah, this movie's directed by Chris Miller.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I still haven't forgotten about that piece of shit film from last year.
Oh,
Neither have I.
Chris Miller. Okay, let's see. He's given us. Okay. Oh yeah, that film.
Yeah,
He gave us
that's
Madagascar,
another.
Puss in Boots, Shrek 2, Madagascar 3, the first Shrek, Madagascar 2, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Huh.
But yeah, that's another thing that this movie does. Nothing from this movie is carried over to Shrek Forever After. Like, we don't see Arthur anywhere in the fourth movie at all. It's kind of like what happened with Cars 2. Like, when Cars 3 came out, nothing from the second movie was even brought into that movie, and here it's for very good reason.
Yep.
Because this movie sucks.
Of course.
Right.
Also,
I'm willing to believe that this is one of two things: an attempt to make Shrek into a TV series or a fan fiction.
I'm going with fan fiction, and that's coming from a fan fiction writer like myself.
By 2007 Shrek was at its most popular, so it's probably them having a sense of ego or something.
Mhm.
I remember a bit about McDonald's in both Australia and in the U.S. In Australia, we got a bit of what we call a bit of the Shrek spaghetti, which is basically just green noodles.
Yeah. That's
But hey,
Italian.
but hey, it's at least better than what the U.S. got. You want to know what U.S. McDonald's gave us?
Poison glasses.
Yup.
I remember.
Right,
those.
I remember those.
Oh God.
I used to work at
Yeah.
McDonald's around the time the fourth film came out, and I think they did the same thing with the Shrek
And,
Forever After.
And like that's how bad that this movie was. A lot of the backlash that it got basically carried over to the fourth movie to the point where people wrote off the fourth movie primarily because of how bad that this one was.
I was in high school when the fourth movie came out, so I didn't bother seeing it.
Yeah, yeah. Thankfully, like I said, nowadays Shrek 4 is now seen more positively now that the backlash of Shrek 3 died out.
Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that this movie gets worse with age.
Yeah.
Yep.
This movie is a stain on a great franchise.
Even Shrek wouldn't want that stain.
Yeah, and like it's basically a stereotype of what people think that Shrek is like.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's fitting. Like we're going back to the director for this one. Like, funny how Kelly Asbury gave us the one Smurfs movie that at least tried, and the director of Shrek the Third gave us probably something that was worse than the live action movies. Like, that's just telling you how bad Shrek the Third is when it comes to his talent as a filmmaker.
And I think around this time they also made Shrek the musical.
Yeah, I heard some not
I
so
enjoyed
good things about that.
I am so glad that this was not the last Shrek movie we got.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because if this was the last Shrek movie that we would have got, it would have been one of the worst ways to end out a movie franchise since Ice Age Collision Course.
I was thinking Ninja Turtles 3. When they go back in time.
Yeah,
All right.
that movie.
Yeah,
Ugh.
so yeah, this is definitely one of DreamWorks' most worst movies.
Yeah, it may not be as bad as the movie that shall not be named, but it's pretty bad.
Mhm.
Or that Megamind sequel, or
Oh,
hell,
yeah, that.
Yeah.
heck, I'd even take Shark Tale over this.
At least Shark Tale is so bad it's good. To an
True.
Like,
extent.
at least Shark Tale wasn't a stain on a beloved franchise.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
at least Shark Tale was its own thing, and at least it didn't shit on two great movies.
And at least they didn't know when to stop. God, I hope.
Thankfully, though, Shrek found a way to redeem himself.
Yep,
Yeah.
Shrek Forever After.
Okay, I only see clips of this film, to be honest, including the ending.
Honestly, this was the best way that the franchise could have gone out.
Mm-hmm. This
Yeah.
is the real Shrek 3.
Yep. And also, I find I kind of like the altered timeline stuff. It's kind of like what ifs.
All right, I might as well head off.
All
Right.
I mean,
see you, John Wick.
a lot of people write off the fourth movie because it's basically doing its own equivalent of It's a Wonderful Life, but really, who cares? I mean, it's doing its own take on the story.
Exactly. Like, It's a Wonderful Knife.
Yeah, and it's actually good.
Mm-hmm.
And though I will say this, Fiona's part of the story would be labeled as the W word nowadays.
Right.
Yep. For one thing, we actually see the effects of Shrek 2 now that Shrek has kids.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. When you look in the background of the party scene, you can basically see that nowhere in this movie is Arthur even shown. They basically redid all of what the third movie did in this movie to the point where it could be considered as non-canon.
Exactly.
Yep.
Though Shrek's
And
kids
yeah.
are still around.
And Shrek is definitely and you can actually relate to Shrek's situation, the situation, now that people no longer fear him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shrek is having a midlife crisis.
Mm-hmm. Like he
Yes.
misses the old
Like, not one day in his life does he ever get a bit of privacy.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, like
like he's just trying to take a mud bath, and Fiona is going all like outhouse again.
Yeah.
yeah, like we see throughout the Shrek to see that Shrek's life isn't really working out for him.
Also,
Right.
to add more to the whole Shrek can't get privacy. First time. That's Squidward. First time.
Yeah, which
Also,
of course,
the opening was great meta commentary, like saying Shrek was done with this kitty stuff.
Oh yeah. And by the way, just to prove to you that the third movie is not canon to this one, Rumpelstiltskin has a completely different design in this movie.
Wait,
Yes.
was he? Wait, what was
He was in the third film we don't talk about, but he was. But here he has a different design. But to be fair, the Shrek franchise, like the three bears were in the first Shrek movie, but then they reappeared in different versions. Appeared in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Is this a case like SpongeBob, where there are two different versions of King Neptune?
Then again, there are also many different versions of Old Man Jenkins.
Yeah,
the
very
roar.
true.
I love you, Daddy.
Yep.
And yeah, you can actually get behind why Shrek did the roar, because it was already getting pretty crazy and insane in that party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was clearly stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, which I mean, he realized he had it good, but yes, he was annoyed, but he learned through actually with that movie.
Exactly, yes.
And I love how the opening scene has Rumpelstiltskin be a hater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and actually, on the topic of Rumpelstiltskin, he's one of my favorite DreamWorks villains because he's essentially he's a piece of trash, but you can at the same time you love him because hey, he earned it. Good for him. And the voice actor's delivery was just perfect. I forget his name. Yeah, whereas with Fairy Godmother, she was just already just some pompous rich. I mean, yes, she was trying to get richer, but yeah.
Which person that gets rich wants to get richer?
Fairy Godmother, because remember she put the curse on Fiona, and then it's believed that she put the curse on Fiona.
Here's another fun fact about this movie as well. I remember back in 2010, I actually saw this movie with my mom in theaters. We were the only people in there.
Oh, wow.
That just goes to show how much Shrek 3 really damaged the franchise.
Yeah.
Okay, what up?
Yep. Shrek, Rumpelstiltskin is definitely a really fun villain.
Mm-hmm. And of course his wigs.
Yeah, those. I think I've seen those wigs. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite one thing that's also worth noting about Shrek 4 is that in Shrek 4's case, there's also what we see about the different realities if Shrek never existed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Donkey would be a loner, Puss in Boots would be fat, and Fiona is a warrior princess.
And people joke that Shrek 4 predicted Endgame.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
So I make the case that they'd handled Puss in Boots better than they did with Thor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true.
Yep. And also, can we talk about the witches party scene?
Yeah.
Who still listens to that catchy background music?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They went hard on that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually would love to be a part of that party.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie, Shrek 4 definitely has a sense of finality, and it definitely deserves to be called the final chapter for a reason.
Until now.
Which with
like
the new designs, I don't hate
like
the new designs. Actually, I mean, it took some getting used to, but the
To-
new
to me, they
designs
look-
weren't the problem.
To me they're the same, and yet I blame the Sonic fandom.
Right.
Like don't get me wrong, I'm glad they fixed Sonic, but I feel like that's the only success, the only win that fans them has. Like
Hmm.
you just complain to a studio about Sonic design. You didn't win a freaking war.
Right.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Like yeah, yeah. This movie definitely felt like an apology for Shrek 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, though the general public was not convinced just yet, but thankfully the movie is looked back fondly nowadays.
Hmm.
I
Oh,
know,
another great thing about Shrek 4: more ogres.
Yeah, true. We don't see a lot in the other franchise in the other
Yeah,
sequels.
it's kind of a shame that we never explore much of Shrek's heritage.
I mean, I know in Shrek the Musical, they actually explained Shrek's origin story. Like, he was abandoned as a kid by his own parents on his 7th birthday.
Like, if there's one reason why anyone would want to bring Shrek back, it's to see how we got the cantankerous ogre we got today.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, and with the success of Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish, there could be potential for a Shrek 5 to work, though. From what we've seen so far, I'm not sure how that's going to turn out.
Yeah,
Yep.
we don't know.
And yeah, Shrek Forever After, it's definitely a good way to end the Shrek franchise, at least for the time, a good way to give Shrek the send off he deserves. And it's actually fitting that this was released in the same year as Toy Story 3.
Yes,
Yeah, there is no Toy Story 4 or 5.
exactly. Like Quentin Tarantino says, there are only 3 movies, and that's the only thing. And that's the only thing I listen to him on, besides his other podcast.
There's only 3 Shrek movies: the original, Shrek 2, and Shrek Forever After.
Exactly. Much like how there's no Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yep, and that leaves us with. And now that we're done with the movies, how would we rank all 4 movies?
Okay, while I haven't seen the 4th one, here's my ranking: 3rd, 4th, 1st, and 2nd.
For me, it's got to be 3rd, 4th, 2nd, and then the original.
Me? Okay,
Yeah.
3rd, 4th, 2nd, and the original, and 2nd. The 2nd is the best.
Right on, brother.
And for me, it goes like this: 3rd, original, 4th, and 2nd.
All right.
Damn, that's actually a bit of a hot take that you actually prefer the 4th over the 2nd.
Actually, no. I put 4th in number 2.
Sorry.
That makes more sense.
I thought you were going. I thought you were going in a different order. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. While Shrek 4 may not be as good as the first, maybe not be as beloved as the first 2, it's definitely a lot better than 3rd.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And the next thing we have to talk about with this franchise were the specials and short films.
You know what? Those. I feel like I remember. I remember watching them, but I think Shrek, the Halloween one was kind of hilarious.
Yeah, the Halloween one was probably the best one because it actually went along with this the whole ogre thing, and it was pretty funny. My favorite segment was like the story when Donkey and Puss and Donkey's short, like where they're just trying to make each other look bad. And
yes, and they did a cycle parody.
Yep.
The only one that I remember watching was the one with Gingy's girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
I actually showed that very recently in the server.
I remember. I still remember that.
Yep. Oh, by the way, Gingy's girlfriend is voiced by Mabel Pines.
Oh wow.
Imagine if there was a Gravity Falls episode where Mabel fell in love with a gingerbread man.
Still better.
That would have been
I can
funny.
actually see that
There we
happening.
go. Still be a better love story in Twilight.
Mhm.
Like,
And-
seriously though, this is basically the one where Mabel goes insane.
Yes. And okay, I got a good idea for the ending of that Gravity Falls one. Suits eats the gingerbread man. Like bites his head off.
Yeah, and the last one is the one where they do the Exorcist,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
which is somehow a better Exorcist reference than, well,
Yeah.
The one in the third movie where Shrek's imaginary baby in his dream sequence basically throws up on him.
yep,
Though I will. Though I remember I would much rather take this parody over Exorcist Believer. That film was terrible.
yep. And there was, of course, Shrek 4D.
I actually been on the ride.
Apparently, this was originally what was going to be the plot of the second movie, and I'm glad that they just decided to go with the decision to make this a 4D ride.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like Lord Farquaad is a good film, but come on, come on. Can you let his ghost is pretty much sounds like fan fiction.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I remember his ghost coming back again in one of the video games as well.
yeah,
Huh.
like the best thing you could say about it is that if you ever went to Universal Studios and they had this as one of their rides, I guess the experience would be fun.
Yes.
But as a short on its own,
I mean, can you imagine? I mean, that'd be like watching the Simpson ride on DVD. That it wouldn't be that great.
yeah. And there was, of course, Shrek the Halls.
That film was just...
I mean, I barely remember that one. The only thing I remember is when Gingy explained why he's scared of Santa, and Santa just ate his girlfriend right in front of him. That's all I remember.
Right. That was the best part. Everything else,
Pretty meh. Honestly, I honestly it honestly makes me wish I was watching the holiday special instead of Shrek the Halls.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think what people did not like about that one is the fact that this episode, that the special tried to make Shrek in the wrong.
When he really wasn't.
Honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I know I said this before, but the Star Wars holiday special was probably better than this.
Not really. At least Shrek the Halls had some moments of being funny.
And also, Shrek the Halls at least had the benefit of telling an actual freaking story.
Okay, I'll give you guys that one. That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, the Star Wars Holiday Special was just random nonsense for 22 minutes.
Actually, yeah, you guys have a point. My apologies.
Mhm.
Yeah, Shrek had every right to be angry because he was just trying to make the Christmas for himself and his family, but Donkey and his crew had to show up.
Mhm.
I'd rather watch Christmas Vacation again instead of that. At least that one's funny. And honestly, I feel like, I really want to Clark Griswold other than Shrek. The same.
Though Shrek the Halls, though ironically enough, Shrek the Halls feels more like it belongs in the Shrek franchise more than the third movie. Like, how do you manage to do that? How do you manage to do that?
Right.
So yeah, those are the only 3 Shrek specials that we've seen,
Mhm.
and that leaves us to, of course, the spin-off movies.
Mostly
Mhm.
Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots, the first Puss in Boots.
Honestly, I remember watching it, and I think it was fine for the time, but
It was just okay.
Yeah.
It was a movie. I only watched it once. The only thing I really remember is Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, voiced by Zach Galifianakis.
Mhm.
I mean, I do like the running joke in the movie where this one cat goes all like, "Oh."
That was
Yeah,
good.
that one meme.
Yeah, and also Also, I think there were some people that had to compare Humpty Dumpty to MODOK from Ant-Man 3. Ugh.
Yeah, like I don't like. There's a reason why not a lot of us talk about this spin-off movie.
It's not really like it's nothing special.
Also, here's here's something that I need to say right now. Humpty Dumpty was not in any other sequence of the movie like he says that he is. Like, that's just a cheap cop out.
Yeah, pretty much. And honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Jack and Jill were pretty bland.
Yeah,
Like if you
Wait, forgot they were even in that movie.
Like in the second movie, you actually do see that Death was there the whole time.
Yeah, like there's actually this one screenshot, like Blake and you'll miss a moment where you actually see him standing in the crowd.
Oh yeah, true.
yeah. Shrek, like Puss in Boots, is not a really film worth noting. Besides, and it's only fitting that, of course, the director of Shrek the Third would direct this one, and they're the weakest movies of the franchise.
I'm going to say this, but I'd rather take Adam Sandler's Jack and Jill over Puss in Boots' Jack and Jill.
Ooh,
yes.
And somehow this movie actually won at the Kids' Choice Awards over Kung Fu Panda 2.
Then again, they voted Ghostbusters 2016 as favorite movie of 2016. Let that sink in.
Yep.
Ooh.
And there's not really much worth noting much about Puss in Boots, the original movie, which is more than we can say for the next film in the franchise.
Who is your favorite fearless hero?
This film was much better than it had any right to be.
Yeah, the best way to
this film, it's better than Shrek 2.
Oh,
like it's been 11 years since we ever had a Shrek movie.
Yeah, the best way to sum up this movie, the best way to sum up this movie is that you remember that Frady Cat cartoon from the 1970s? Well, in this movie, it's basically that concept, but actually worth watching.
I was thinking like Garfield has 9 lives.
Yup. Like Sister, there are so many reasons to love Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. There's a reason why most people talk about it now.
Yep.
Yeah, this movie ended up giving us quite a bit of memes, like that one moment where Jiminy Cricket, you are an irredeemable monster.
Which is a brilliant subversion of what Pinocchio is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Exactly.
And of course, his
by the way, it's already way better.
What took you so long, idiot?
What? Already better than Pinocchio 2022 from Disney.
Yeah, which don't get me started. How is it that there were 3 different Pinocchio films released in 2022? Like I did that meme. He's Pinocchio. He's Pinocchio. You're Pinocchio. I'm Pinocchio. Are there any other Pinocchios I should know about?
Liza Pies.
Then again, in 2025, we ended up getting multiple Snow White movies.
Right.
Oh yeah, that one from that chick Gina Garofalo from Mandalorian. Screw it, I'd much rather take this Disney live action remake over that.
Yep, and and let's talk a bit about the animation in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. It
is spectacular.
It's an upgrade, yes.
Yep,
it's an upgrade. I can't look at the design of Puss in Boots when he made his debut in Shrek 2 the same anymore after seeing Last Wish.
Yep, like it now takes on the current trend of animated movies of today, the Spider-Verse animation.
Exactly. And I'm not gonna lie, but when I saw a trailer for it, me and some friends thought it was going to be like Puss is going to use his wish to bring back either Kitty Paws or the dog back to life, and he learns that to enjoy life while he still can. But they didn't go that path. They threw a curveball.
Yeah. You could, and between the 11 years, it somehow looks better than the first Shrek movie somehow.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, that's how evolved that this franchise has gotten.
And also,
Yep.
this film has a body count.
Like, yeah, let's talk a bit about some of the new stuff in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. We could talk about the great villain, Death.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I don't really consider Death like. I mean, there's debate with like the Grim Reaper because with this stuff, if he's a villain or not, because like some just consider him a force of nature. But in this case, he was an antagonist.
Exactly,
Yep.
yes.
And to quote a line from this movie, because I want to quote it in this podcast, let me get it up because it's really worth making this reference for. Let's see. Because in the words of Death from Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, all right, ready for this little quote?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready, all right, and I have it up, and of course, Death. And no, I don't mean that metaphorically or rhetorically or poetically or theoretically or any other fancy way. I'm Death, straight up, and I've come for you, Puss in Boots.
Mm-hmm.
Though the only issue that Death has in this movie is that his defeat was pretty rushed. Like Jack Horner ends up getting a more brutal punishment than him.
Of course,
I mean,
Jack Horner deserved a more brutal death than him.
But if I'm being honest, I think his defeat worked, but Death's defeat works here because Death it doesn't even want to kill Puss. Like, he only tries to kill Puss because arrogantly wasted 8 of his 9 lives.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And Death is a force of nature. Like, that's like saying Godzilla.
Yeah, and really Death's purpose in the movie is to really basically scare the hell and traumatize Puss as much as possible.
And the kids. And speaking of kids, they learned some new words today.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that scene with Burrito.
Burrito is
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like one thing I would actually be interested is seeing Burrito and Donkey together.
Oh my god.
It would be hilarious.
Oh
Seeing
god.
seeing Burrito cuss was funny.
Yeah, I gotta laugh out loud in the theater. And
I watched it at home, but when I heard Burrito swear, I'm like, I had to rewind it just to be sure.
Yeah, like, and the reason why Death does not kill Puss by the end is because Puss conquers his fears, and he's no longer gonna waste his lives anymore.
yeah,
Well, life.
Yeah, his life.
Mm-hmm.
And he only kills those who waste their lives and act arrogant about it.
My only complaint for this film is Goldilocks is just right jokes. Got old to me.
I didn't have a problem because the character.
Yeah, I know, but I think even Blondie Locks from Era at the High would say, "Oh my god, stop! I get it."
Yep, and of course we have the villain of the film, Mr. Big Jack Horner himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Jiminy Cricket summed him up best. You are an irredeemable monster.
Imagine if Jiminy Cricket was Azula's conscience.
Yep.
Yeah. And
yeah,
Princess.
One good thing about Big Jack Horner is that he reminds us that villains are allowed to be just pure evil again.
Yeah, I remember watching The Great Muppet Caper, and it's like, sir, why'd you do it? Because I'm evil.
Like there's a scene where he threatens to shoot Perito.
Yes.
Right. That's evil.
And like I said before, this movie had a body count. Like, seriously, there were many people who died in this. Most henchmen died in this film.
Yep.
Yes. And also, something I should know, because see, if you're into dinosaurs like me, the name Jack Horner is different because there's this paleontologist. He was the dinosaur consultant for the first 4 Jurassic movies and even made a cameo in the 4th film. Well, let's just say he's been revealed on a certain file, like the paleontologist Jack Horner.
Yep.
Oh.
So,
yeah.
it's a bit different.
Yep. And of course, its story, this actually justifies its own existence.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yes.
And it was so good that it made people want to revive Shrek 5 into existence. At the same time, I can't really help if this movie ended up damaging animation discourse.
Right.
Yeah,
Ugh.
people. After this movie is released, people expected all of DreamWorks' movies going forward to be masterpieces. Even though DreamWorks has always been a hit or miss studio.
Yeah. I
Like-
mean,
Like seriously though, like you remember Rubik Yum and Teenage Kraken, right?
I do.
That was one
yeah.
of the most movies I've ever seen.
I mean, it's just
Well, part of the reason as to why the movie ended up doing badly was because of DreamWorks' horrible marketing for the movie. Like, the trailer literally spoiled what's going to happen in the end of the movie. But
And it
also, a lot of people wrote it off because it came out not too long after Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish.
and
Yeah,
people were glazing it.
It would have been better. What would have been better is if instead the mermaid character, like the movie would do everything in its power to make it seem like the mermaid character, whose name I forget.
Chelsea or Narissa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like she was the villain. Like she was like it would make it seem like she was the villain, but then it was actually Grandmama who was the villain. Like it actually had this different narrative.
Or maybe had I think people make different.
Yeah, like there were people out there who blamed Ruby Gilman's failures at the box office to pretty much be what killed the supposed DreamWorks renaissance.
And of course.
In the 90s, Disney had Pocahontas, so by that logic, did Pocahontas ruin the Disney Renaissance?
No, because we had some good films like Hunchback of Notre Dame and Hercules. So I know
Exactly.
I much rather
And
take
Lilo and
Hercules.
Stitch.
I much rather take Hercules over Pocahontas any day of the week.
Yeah.
At least Hades is entertaining.
I'd like to say
Exactly.
that, I'd like to say that The Last Wish is like one of the very few times that Universal wasn't a fucking insufferable studio in the field of animation. That's oh goddamn that's one of the things I do compliment about it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like I said, like trust me, this movie managed to ruin animation discourse for quite a long
And
Why
of
did you
course,
do it?
people using it to bash, the whole stupid studio wars. Like, look,
Ugh.
like,
Yeah,
To be fair, 2023 and most of 2024 was kind of a dark era for DreamWorks. All of that changed when The Wild Robot came out.
that was a
yeah,
good
but
film.
even then, they still
But
had
it's
some
sure as
stickers
hell
that-
not the case for Universal.
Ugh.
Yep. And then there was of course the animation is cinema trend.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to say it. The animation is cinema trend. Like the people who started that trend, they haven't seen things like Blue Eye Samurai or Princess 2006.
Or movies like this, Boys Go to Jupiter.
Huh.
Pretty obscure in contrast to a lot of the other 2025 animated movies.
Like
Mhm.
seriously though, have you seen the movies they use for that animation is cinema?
Ugh.
Yeah, they used the Mario movie.
Like, look, if you like the movie, that's fine. But, like, let me put it this way. Imagine if we wanted to prove that kaiju movies are cinema, and instead of using stuff like Godzilla -1, people started using stuff like Godzilla King of the Monsters. Sorry, but using Godzilla King of the Monsters is not going to convince people. Really? If we wanted to convince people that superhero movies were cinema, and instead of using stuff like Spider-Verse or Logan or the Batman,
Mhm.
and instead people started using Thor, Love and Thunder, or Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah,
But
yeah, those movies weren't very well liked.
Yeah. Well, the third. I think you're referring to the third film. Yeah, but yeah,
like what other ways that Puss in Boots: The Last Wish kind of destroyed animation discourse? It caused studio wars and the animation and cinema trend.
Let me put it this way. Can I put it
No,
this way?
I really hate the animation community. I actually get more obscure movies that these animation and cinema people won't even think of watching. I actually do that.
At least I actually watch animated movies. Like at least I go outside of the norm.
Same,
Like,
and I've been
look
watching
up, like, I have
animated
a letterbox
series.
list.
Like I've been watching the animated series, like new animated shows like Blue Eye Samurai and Gentry Chow, and like I'll do reviews of them to give the spotlight with them. And yes, heck, I recognize this one win, like with Haunted Hotel, when I saw that it got renewed and figured no need to cover it. It got renewed, but then I figured more people talking about it will get people to check. Will give Netflix the member to keep renewing animated series.
Yeah, you know what? That's kind of the reason why Netflix cancels half of their stuff. Nobody gives us two shits about them.
I do in fact watch animated movies. Like look, I actually watch animation, and I actually watch different forms of it, animated movies to prove my point.
I find mostly
Here it
a
is.
lot more obscure,
A bit
more
of
adult-oriented
what I do in
films.
my ranking,
Okay, you could
Right.
continue.
but I also try to make sure that I could go after a lot of animated movies that hasn't been touched, like Little Amelie, Unicorn Wars, Memoir of a Snail.
You throw it up there.
Like there's that Looney Tunes movie. Like, let me put it up to
Yeah, the day the
examples. Low.
The only ones I really purchased were, again, Boys Go to Jupiter and something called Sanatorium Under the Sign of the Hourglass.
This decade. I make sure that I at least watch animated movies and try to make sure that I have everyone that got a theatrical
And
release.
even if it meant watching a super progressive movie, and it's at the bottom where it belongs.
God.
Oh,
Yeah. Where it belongs, indeed.
I pity you, poor souls. I'm the only one in this group who didn't watch it. So.
Yeah. Ghost Dargo brought this up. The panic attack scene.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they were
Oh,
handled very well. Like not only were they
Yeah,
handled,
where do we
and
get on this?
when Perito saw Puss in Boots panicking, he generally calmed down. Like that was just an impressive scene.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Can I talk about Burrito for a second? He's actually kind of really done right.
Yeah. In fact, I've actually noticed a trend. Like Perito, I noticed this trend of comic reliefs that come from somewhat abusive upbringings, like Ringo from Blue Eye Samurai, Perito, and of course Bad Ape from War of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Bad Ape.
Yeah. Oh no! No! That meme.
Yeah. By the way, how is this panic attack scene managed to work? Meanwhile, literally a month later, when Velma came out, they basically did the worst way that you could do a panic attack scene by basically slapping someone while they're panicking.
It's almost like they fired they were hire consultants.
Mm-hmm.
And also don't forget the kiss. Yeah.
Yeah, that DreamWorks Renaissance mentality was bullshit.
Yes.
I've only seen The Last Wish once on Amazon Prime, and my God, I think the discourse was absolutely stupid.
Like,
You know what?
They use Ruby Gum and Sage Kraken a lot, but there's also Trolls Band Together.
Ugh.
We all
You
know
know
which we all know a certain lunatic
one that I've made a lot of videos on, if you know what I mean.
I find
Right.
it sad we live in a world where this has a trilogy, yet Transformers 1 gets one movie and was poorly marketed by Paramount.
But yeah, like
We were
said,
this close to protection.
but
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Mhm.
so yeah, this movie is fantastic. But the animation discourse that it caused,
Yeah,
it really wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I feel like this is DreamWorks Thor Ragnarok, and the stuff after that is Love and Thunder. That's the best way I can describe it.
I mean, what the hell did
And
you
that
expect
leaves us-
from Universal? What the hell did you expect?
And like,
Gold.
the Chilbyon brings up a good point here. It took two movies for people to be convinced that DreamWorks is in a renaissance. The Bad Guys and Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish. Even though people should realize that DreamWorks has always been hit or miss as a studio, because right after Shrek 2, we were given Shark Tale.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and another word for that. There's also another word for the whole thing. Universal.
Mhm.
Yep, and that leaves us with what are our thoughts on the upcoming Shrek 5?
In the words of the King Wakanda, I don't care.
I honestly don't know. What we saw from the trailer, it doesn't look too good. No joke. When I first saw an image of this movie, I legitimately thought that this was made in AI. But when I saw the trailer, apparently it wasn't.
Like people
grew
made a
up-
big stink about Shrek's new design in this movie.
like I said before, I don't care. But you know what?
Hell,
I would
Universal even rivaled Pollution Entertainment in how many dislikes they got.
Mhm.
Shit.
We're already seeing the casting of Zendaya.
Yeah, like I don't hate her. I just think she's overused.
Yes, like I don't want it to become a case like with the Chris Pratt as X memes.
Yes. Look, look, Zendaya, just stick to the Dune movies, okay?
Mhm.
Like
And-
Shrek 5 was originally supposed to come out in December of this year, along with Ice Age 6.
Well, we all know
But
what happened with that teaser.
Yeah.
I already said it before. It's a Sonic shit all over again.
Yep. And I don't know how we're gonna feel about Shrek 5 when it comes out. Like I really hope that they don't do what Illumination does, or Blue
Yep.
Sky for that matter, when it comes to
R.I.P.
Disney franchises that don't need to be continued any further.
Oh, God.
But yeah, that's practically what we're experiencing with the Shrek franchise. So now it's time to give a bit of our final thoughts.
Mhm.
Final thoughts on Shrek as a whole.
Okay. I think it's a good parody on the Disney formula, but later on it became the very thing it mocked.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, and we also have Knights of Guinevere as another thing that is mocking Disney. So there's
But
also
it's better
that.
because given the context with Dana Terrence.
Oh, Yeah, we
Yeah.
may talk. Yeah, we plan on talking about that show sometime in the future. Maybe
Mhm.
either in a few weeks' time, or maybe I don't know if it'll be the next episode, because I'm flip flopping between this and the Owl House and the Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh boy.
God, the Fairly Odd Parents is okay for the most part. It's pretty insufferable aside from the first few seasons.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why that's why
Seasons 9 and 10 were insufferable.
But yeah.
I know about Chloe's rep, and honestly, I hate her. I want
But
Frank
yeah.
to show up and claw her face out.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts you guys have on Shrek as a franchise?
I
It's
like it
pretty
mine.
good
that-
aside from the third film.
I think that it's a good franchise, and it's much better than it has every right to be because it was presumably made because Jeffrey Katzenberg was basically frustrated with Disney after the conflicts that he got into, which admittedly which were honestly his own fault to begin with, but that's really besides the point.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep. And yeah, like we can all agree that Shrek the third doesn't exist.
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, what the hell are you? What the hell? There's what the hell is it? Oh, there is no Shrek 3. What the hell are you talking about?
Like,
Some
there's
favorite
no-
dream we had.
Yeah, there's only like 3 Shrek movies.
Hmm.
What the hell is a Shrek the Third? I never even heard of that movie. I don't think it even exists.
Yeah, well, there's only 3 Shrek movies: Shrek 1, Shrek 2, and Forever After.
Mhm.
I mean,
Honestly, Shrek, like the Shrek 3 that we have now, is not even canon to the Shrek franchise. It was literally just a fan fiction that someone animated and put into theaters. It's not canon.
Yeah.
While drunk on Quaaludes.
Yep, and yeah, like and yeah, being one of DreamWorks' most profitable franchises, it's easy to see why Shrek made its mark, for better or worse.
Mhm.
Because like I said, Shrek 1 definitely was the house of animated trends that would become more popularized later on. And Shrek, like I said, Puss in Boots' Last Wish destroyed animation discourse.
Yep.
Yeah. Though, guys, you need to keep in mind that DreamWorks is not like Disney. They can't put out multiple films that are masterpieces at once. Like DreamWorks, because they release like 2 to 3 movies per year. They're bound to be hit or miss.
And plus, you can't rush art. You know the old saying, Rome wasn't built in a day? Same scenario here.
Mhm.
Yeah. Shrek has definitely become one of my favorite childhood franchises that I will always attach myself to. And I still
Same.
come back from time to time.
Same here.
Especially when to revisit moments and some memes.
Mhm.
Yep.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Yep. And yeah, and like I said, this is definitely our first foray into animated movie franchises. As because you guys weren't here by the time we started the stream, let me remind you a few of the rules again, just in case so that way you already know you're familiar with it. It needs to have a total of 3 or more movies, and yes, like I said, it does include prequels, spin-offs, and remakes. And it must have an animated series. So hopefully you know those rules.
Yeah, we haven't discussed about the Puss in Boots TV show, Puss in Boots show that was made for Netflix yet, but none of us have seen that show.
I know.
Yeah,
I
but
haven't seen it.
at the same time, it's at least worth bringing up.
I thought it was just a fake image.
So yeah. Shrek is definitely DreamWorks' most profitable franchise, and it's definitely gonna have a place in our heart as one of our favorite childhood franchises.
Yep.
Mhm.
for sure.
In the same way that Madagascar holds a special place in our hearts, but that's a story for another day.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
sugar honey iced tea.
So yeah,
I-
that
I-
ends our first animated movie franchise we've tackled.
Mm-hmm.
So next time on the show, it's either a toss up between The Owl House or Fairly Odd Parents.
Just do Owl House, please. We don't want to start with something insufferable like seasons 9 to 10 of that thing.
Like I may end up putting a poll to see which one should come out first, like the Owl House and of course the Fairly Odd Parents.
I hope to fucking God that it's Owl House.
If it's
Like,
not, just skip it.
Like yeah, like because like I said, because I've already seen practically every season of that show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like and plus we have to talk about that show at some point because we already talked about SpongeBob and The Simpsons. So that means that means we're gonna likely to talk about Fairly Odd Parents and Family Guy as well.
That's great. I have a lot to say. I think I have a lot to say about Family Guy, mainly for his characters.
So yeah,
What haven't you?
Which also to clarify, unlike a certain person claiming that Disney ruined Family Guy, bruh, Family Guy was ruined when Disney bought it. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Disney
Exactly.
and Disney is just tossing more fuel into the dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and yeah, and maybe hopefully the next anime movie franchise we may talk about is Toy Story because in preparation for Toy Story 5 when it comes out.
Yeah, we know about that those god awful Family Guy episodes, which basically teaches horrific messages like staying in an abusive relationship for your abuser's benefit, and that you're not a woman for you're not a woman because you were abused.
You know what?
Yep.
I'm gonna say it. If Invisible Man remake did a better job with that than Scream of Silence.
Yep. So yeah, that ends our first foray into the Shrek franchise, and we hope to see you again hopefully in a few weeks' time when I end up deciding to ever put up a poll to see which show should come out first.
Yep.
Yeah. Courage the Cowardly Dog also did Screams of Silence much better.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
thank you for reminding me about Courage the Cowardly Dog because next month, like you know what's gonna happen next month?
Oh
Yes. Tubi.
Stupid Santa.
Right.
You ain't gonna
Like
Stupid
with
Santa, bad.
Tubi, like Cartoon Network coming to Tubi, I might want to get started right now and watching those shows to
You're not
prepare for a
saying-
few of these.
You know what? Same.
Yeah. I'm excited for both OKKO and Infinity Train to be on Tubi.
Yep. And I mean, I don't know which show I'll start first. I guess maybe the Powerpuff Girls because the god awful reboot is literally going to be a decade old.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course the awful CW pilot. Grim
that never
summed it
there is
best.
no CW pilots.
Well, Grim summed it best when everyone saw it. Okay, we keep flying. We never head back. We never talk about this again.
Oh yeah. With that out of the way, that ends our retrospective on the Shrek franchise.
I love that. I love that clip with Grim saying that the movie that Billy is watching is stupid. And then Billy says, "This movie isn't stupid. You're stupid."
Oh, why do you gotta be like that, Billy?
Speaking of Grim, I heard he's gonna be in the new Green Lantern series.
So yeah. Shrek is Shrek for life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
Oh God! Don't remind us of that.
Yeah, Chilbyon mentioned that a little bit ago.
So yeah.
Don't
With that out of the way, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.